Hi, this is Paul Douglas from Titan Marketing Solutions, and this is the inaugural and first episode of Digital Marketing Musings. So, who are we, what are we doing, and what are we going to cover in this video series? Well, as the co-founder and co-owner of Titan Marketing Solutions, we are digital marketers. We are passionate about digital marketing. We love digital marketing. We eat, sleep, breathe, and talk digital marketing. And I'm not going to bore you with digital marketing, but I am going to share with you my thoughts, insights, things that are going on right now, what's new, what's trending, and more importantly, how you can use digital marketing to add sales to your business and dollars to your bottom line. Fair enough? Okay, let's get going. So, the thing I wanted to talk about in this issue and in this session today is really something quite simple. When you look at what's going on right now with Facebook, YouTube, and Google, or Alphabet, because Alphabet owns YouTube and Google Chrome and a number of other products. There's a lot of people that are really upset right now with the changes that are going on with these companies and these platforms. That's what I wanted to talk about today is, do you really own the platform that you have your content on? So let me explain what I'm talking about. Over the last year, Google has been warning webmasters and business owners alike that starting April 15th with the upgrade that's coming out with Chrome, and I believe it's version 62, if you don't have an SSL certificate on your website, it's going to be marked as unsafe. Now this is already happening to a lot of websites, particularly websites that are asking for personal information. So if you have a contact form on your website but you don't have an SSL certificate, you may find very soon you're going to start getting a drop in traffic, not because you're getting blacklisted by Google, but because Google Chrome, which about 60 to 70% of all internet users use to surf the internet, will be telling these people using Chrome that your site's not safe because you don't have an SSL certificate. So one of the things I'm going to recommend for you, if you haven't done so already, go get yourself an SSL certificate for your website. They're simple and cheap and can be easily installed, particularly with someone who knows what they're doing. We offer that service, but by no means are you obligated to take advantage of the service that we provide. But regardless of whether you get it from us or from somebody else or from your own webmaster, you want to get yourself an SSL certificate right away. Now, the other thing that is changing right now, and this has come on, on the heels of what happened last month in Florida with the 17 high school kids getting shot and killed by a AR-15 style rifle. Now this is a sporting rifle, it's not an assault rifle, but I'm not here to talk about guns or gun debates and whether we should have them, shouldn't have them. I'm in Canada. I couldn't have that style of firearm if I wanted to. It looks scary, but I mean it shoots a 223 caliber bullet. Again, diving into an area that I don't want to really talk about or get into. I'm a hunter. I like guns. I respect guns. I believe in a lot of what we have. Oh, you know what? Sorry. I'm jumping on this bandwagon. I said I wasn't going to. I'm going to shut up now. Sometimes my train of thought just goes down one track and doesn't want to get off. But going back to what YouTube is doing. They've decided last week that if you are a gun manufacturer, gun store owner, sell guns, make guns, teach people how to make guns, they're going to start taking your channels off of YouTube. And a lot of people are upset. They built their entire business, and a lot of traffic to their business and their website has come from these YouTube videos. I mean, some of them have millions of followers and fans, and YouTube is just pulling the plug, saying, we're shutting you down. Now they can do that. That's part of their terms of service. You can say it's right, wrong, it defies your constitutional rights of free speech. The bottom line is it's their ballpark, it's their game, it's their toy, it's their ball, they're taking it home, and if you're not going to play by the rules, they're going to shut you down. These are their rules, and they have the right to make it. And that's the problem. It's also, because, as I said, it's their platform. It's not yours. And if you built a business on someone else's platform, then you put yourself at risk by doing so. Now let's go to Facebook. As of today, Facebook has decided they're going to upgrade their algorithm, and they're making some changes. So what are the changes? Well, they're looking for higher quality content. I guess with everything that's going on lately with them in the news and the share values dropping, they wanted to be a more user-friendly experience for their users, not for marketers, not for business owners, for their users, people like you and I. So if you're a business and you use Facebook as a way to communicate with your customers, as a way to engage with your customers, bring them into your store, you may find that your content that you're putting up there is not being seen by as many people now. And that's because of their algorithm change. So the things that I've discovered about this and have read about as I research this is that you need to have high quality content. You need to have a lot of engagement. You cannot engage in what I call engagement spam. This is where you tell people in the comments, oh, I guess my dog decided he doesn't want to hear this. But engagement spam is where you tell people in the comments to tag somebody that should see this. That is called engagement spam now, and that's going to actually get you cut down as far as views and engagement and shares on your content on Facebook. So I wouldn't recommend you do that, simply because it's going to cost you. So the point I'm trying to make is a lot of people are building their business on these platforms, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. There's a lot of large social networks out there that have made people very rich. And at the same time, when these companies change their rules in terms of service, which they're allowed to do, these companies and these people find themselves going broke very fast because they built their business on somebody else's platform. And that's the point of this particular session today, is I want to tell you, if you're going to build a business online, then make sure you control your content, make sure you control your intellectual property, make sure you control the platform on which it is built. Now, this struck home to me, a while back ago when building an online store for a client, he missed a payment. And Shopify shut down his store. They put him out of business and held him hostage or held the store for ransom until they made that payment. He did make the payment, but for the 2 days that it took him to move funds around and make the $299 payment, because he did go with the big package, he was essentially out of business, and it cost him thousands of dollars, and Shopify says, we're not responsible for that. So it's their platform, and if you don't play by their rules, they're going to take their ball and go home. And that's okay. That is exactly what they're entitled to do. It's their platform. But from that experience, I decided that if I build a store, and I have for myself, my wife Lisa is also building her own store, but we're self-hosting it on our servers. We're self-hosting it with WooCommerce instead of Shopify. And the reason we're doing that is we now have control of our platform. If something happens to our host, we have weekly backups. We take a backup, we go somewhere else, and in one day we're back in business, if not sooner, because it's a very quick and easy install. If something happens to Shopify, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's the same thing with our podcast, where this audio from this recording is going to be going after we're done. We've set up the server to host our podcast on our server. We're not using another service. Now, it has nothing to do with being cheap. It has everything to do with keeping control of our content. When we put our content on someone else's site or on the server, we may not necessarily own that anymore, and we don't have control over it anymore, because if that company goes out of business, and it has happened with a lot of podcast companies, then all that content that we've created, all the following that we've created is gone. We had no control. So, the lesson I want to teach you with today's session is simply this. Do not kid yourself into thinking that a platform you're using online that belongs to another company, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Google, Shopify, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever, Twitter. If you build a business on these platforms, you're building your business with a house of cards on a foundation of sand. One small breeze can knock it all to the ground on you. Don't put yourself and your business at risk. Control your content, control your platform, and you will have a much more stable business that will weather the changes that come with internet marketing. Because let's face it, this industry changes every single day. That's one of the things I love about it. It's always changing, it's always in flux. But you have to be ready to adapt to those changes, and you have to be able to protect yourself against those changes. So, the next time we sit down and talk, we're actually talk about some of the platforms that we use. I want to talk to you about the hosting platforms that you use for your business. Are the big ones good? The small ones good? Should you work with Amazon? There's a lot of choices when it comes to hosting. And we're going to tear apart everything that's out there and share with you exactly why we use the hosting service that we do. So until then, thanks very much for joining us. If you like what you see and you want more information about what we do, you can visit our website at www.titanmarketingsolutions.com. Oh, and if you want to get that SSL certificate I talked about earlier, you can go to that. It's secureyoursite.ca and just put in best deal as a coupon code, and we'll save you $50 on the installation of your SSL certificate. And if you like what you saw today, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video down below, and make sure you tag some friends who you think should watch this. Yes, I know it's engagement spam, but I'm not putting it in the comments, I'm putting it in the video. That's one way you can get through that loophole. Anyway, thanks again. We'll talk to you tomorrow.